guys, how's it going today? Hello everybody, thank you for joining me again here. So is this too much bike? Woo! Comment below if you guys have, if you have an MT7 or MT09 or MT10. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this topic as well. So I've had this MT10 for not real long now, maybe a couple weeks or so, 2-3 weeks. Haven't done a lot of miles on it. I've done some, a couple small trips and such. And it's gonna be a little short-term review here. Looks like we got a train daddy up here coming by. Yeah, it's gonna be like a short-term review and kind of talking about what my personal opinion is about whether this bike is too much for the street. Or I guess maybe just too much in general, right? So for those of you who don't know, we'll have a little chat here while we're sitting waiting for this train. Some of you guys probably know this already if you're looking at this bike. You might not, but this bike has the R1 frame and the R1 suspension, the KYB, if you can see it there. Fully adjustable suspension, as far as I know. This is a 2017 model. And so it handles, I guess, rides kind of like an R1, but you're upright, as you can tell. You know, you're sitting here upright. You're not all, you know, hunched over with the bars on the R1. But the question is it too much for the street? And I've been kind of considering that these last few days here. And I think for me personally, the kind of riding I'm doing, it probably is too much for me just because the throttle is so touchy. You know, when you're under load, once you're in third and fourth gear, it really smooths out and becomes less grabby. First and second gear is quite grabby on this bike, and that's excellent if you're looking for that. I'm in standard mode, right? So why would you want a throttle like that? Well, do you want to do wheelies, right? Do you want to do quick takeoffs? If you want something to kind of grab like that, the clutch, I do like the clutch pull on this over here. It grabs pretty quickly, but it lets you know like what's going on. Once you get used to it, I do like the clutch. Getting out of there, getting out of town. Woo. This thing will kick you directly in the pants, let me tell you what. More power than you'll ever need in the street. It's like 160 horse and I think 80 or 90 torque. It is way more than any rational person would need. And the Ahhh exhaust on this sounds excellent as well. If you're looking for an exhaust, you want to use and have one. So the pros of owning this. Power wheelies. If you want them and you don't want to do clutch ups, you absolutely can do power wheelies. I've done them by accident, even, or on purpose. Will not claim to be the master of wheelies. I'm most definitely not. But you can get power wheelies out of this if you want it. Of course, clutch ups are also an option with, you know, almost any bike. Or really any bike if you know how to do it. So another pro is fully adjustable suspension. You don't get fully adjustable suspension, to my knowledge, in any of the other MT line bikes. So the MT03, 07, or 09. If you want fully adjustable suspension, this comes with the KYB system, and it's fully adjustable in the rear as well, even down to fast and slow compression. So this is more adjustable than my speed triple was even. Interesting story. This is very, truly fully adjustable as far as I know. And have I used it? Absolutely. I'm still kind of dialing it in for me. I think for the way I ride, it's still a little bit too stiff, in my opinion. But this comes, like, the standard stock mode is pretty stiff, so you got plenty of travel to loosen up, or even get harder if you want to get harder suspension for some reason. I mean, for the track you would want to, but man, the standard setting on this was plenty stiff for aggressive riding, in my opinion, or wheelies. And this thing just screams. So another pro we got here is you'll sound like a GP bike going down the road, even when you're doing 40 miles an hour in second gear, right? You just crank it up. You sounding like a street Rossi out here, right? If you like that sound. Some people everybody likes different things. So some people like the big V-twin sound, you know, Sportster, Dyna, Softail sounds. Some guys like the Suzuki, like the SV650 type of V-twin, or the Desmo stuff from which sound cool too, of course. What is going on over there? That is all muddy from all the rain. So I got distracted. The field's all messed up looking. Some people like the Desmo stuff and the Ducati, the Italian sounds. I think this crossplane sound is excellent, personally. Let's see, got another pro here. The riding position on this is you can be bolt upright if you want to be. You can even bring this back a little kickback for an inch or something on the bars. But you're basically, if you want to get back on your butt, sit back, you know, like this. And I've got adjustable pegs on this too. Well, it came with the previous owner had adjustable pegs. And yeah, you can sit like totally upright if you want on this bike. So that is, if you want a comfortable hyper naked bike, you should definitely be looking at one of these, in my opinion. Got a little party going on over there, it looks like. Hopefully it's not getting too dark for you guys, because the sun's going down a little bit here in Wisconsin. Coming up to Mexico here, where we can put some speed down, right? That's what I've heard. I don't see any deer, which is good. Yeah, let's do a little poll here for you guys. Looks like we're in the clear. Let's see what we got down first. This bike will straight up turn you into Michael Jackson. I'm telling you what. So is it too much for the street? In my opinion, yes. I guess too much is subjective. Is it more than you need for the street? Yes, it is more than you need for the street, in my opinion. I think that if I was going to buy another MT line bike for my next bike, I'll probably get an MT-07. Just because I've had the 10, so why go down to the 9? If you're going to go down to something more, you know, streetable, you might as well go down to the 7, right? It is cheaper too. I got a really good deal on this, so my only debate of whether to keep this or not long term is if I go down to the 7, it's a completely non-adjustable suspension system, and will the suspension suck on that? Compared, it doesn't suck, but will it be worse enough on this where I won't like it, right? Get the brights on here. That's the only way to know is I'm going to have to go ride a couple of them, or just ride one, you know, and take a look at it and see how it feels. If you buy this, I would recommend getting a different seat, unless you're going to ride with riding pants. Not riding pants, but you're going to ride with like riding leathers or something thick with some padding in it. I think this seat is fine. It's fine when I have my leathers on. But for just jeans like this, then it's a little, there's not much padding there. It's a pretty hard seat. If you're going to do stunting and riding hard, this is probably the seat you want for that. But if you want a comfort seat, I would recommend, you know, getting a Corbin or something like that, which I'm going to get for this bike if I keep it long term. And otherwise, this is a great bike. If you got the need for speed, out in the streets, which you really shouldn't. You should really keep that on the track. But if you want good acceleration, let's say you do a lot of highway miles. This has cruise control, and you want good acceleration getting on getting on the freeway and stuff. This will absolutely be perfect for you if you're looking for that. Right. I'm gonna go down this way here. Out here in the country. It depends, and like with most things in life, right? As with most things in life, the answer is it depends. So, what kind of riding are you looking to do? What kind of, if you're looking to do wheelies, so who's this bike for? Somebody who is wants to do some either occasional or quite a few wheelies. Someone who goes on highways and freeways and wants cruise control. And someone who's like an acceleration freak. But you want that in a package that is comfortable. Maybe you're, not 18 anymore and you want all that, but you don't want it to be uncomfortable for you. This would be a great option. Let's turn on cruise control here. So you just hit the button over here on your cruise. You see the light come on down there. As you can see, make sure this guy isn't turning here in front of us. Nope. And then right here is your set. You can see that you're set in accelerate and such. So you hit set. Now we're cruising at 45. Look at hands free, no hand. Oh, dangerous. You want to speed up? You can do it that way, right? Just hit your button here. Increase your speed a little bit. No one's behind me, so we're just kind of messing around here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be, going this slow or messing around with stuff. And always keep your eyes on the road, no matter what you're doing. So I'm trying to show you in the camera, but I'm actually pointing to the camera, but I'm still looking at the road. It's so weird, let me tell you, being able to ride with your right hand off the bars. It's weird, man. I've never had a bike with cruise control before, and this is strange. But, being able to stretch your hand, let it hang for a second, is real nice. Let me tell you what. Especially in longer trips in the freeway, cruise control is awesome. So I've been debating whether to keep this bike, or I've got a 16 Dyna too, which I think that video will probably be up before this one. I've been debating which one to keep. And I could keep both. I guess they're both such a different machine. But I've been wanting to try a Sportster out as well, and I really don't want to have 3 bikes in the garage. So I'm kind of debating which one, to hang on to. I've got some meat on the bone in either one, so if I go to sell them, I'm not going to take a big loss or anything, which is nice. Or hopefully I won't, depending what the market's like, because the market's been recently with this year in 2022, the bike market up here in Wisconsin's been real strange. It's just, I've been real inflated, and now it looks like it's coming down, and it's really hard to find these empty bikes right now, but Sportsters are everywhere, so it's just a really weird, I guess Sportsters are always everywhere, but it's kind of a strange bike market right now. But you can still buy and sell bikes and make a little profit if you want to, if you guys are into that kind of thing, like you like to try stuff out, but you buy it cheap enough where when you go to sell it, you can maybe make $100, something like that on them. Which is it's a cool, little side thing you can do, and you also get to experience different bikes. You can just cruise and control this whole time here. I think we should probably end this video pretty soon because it's getting dark, and I'm not sure what you guys can actually see. It looks fine to me, but these headlights, I'm going to get out of cruise control. So you can get out of cruise control by pressing forward here on the. We'll wait till you get around this turn. You press the throttle forward like that, and it just deactivates cruise. You can also use any of the brakes, but that can be, I'll turn off cruise completely. That can be a little jarring. You can just touch the rear brake too, and that will turn off the cruise control. That wasn't meaning this to be a cruise control video, but I guess maybe we'll do a separate video explaining cruise control in the system and how I like it, but it does work very well. It even seems to compensate for hills for you, going down and up hills. It actually keeps you right at 70 if you're on the freeway, which I wasn't really expecting, but it does do that for you, which is pretty incredible to be honest. But I think we should probably end this here. We're going to the gas station up here, because that's another thing about this bike I'll mention in this little short review here, is see the the gas gauge. It's not a true gas gauge. Got some apes on that dude. Look, it's a cool looking bike. It tells you when it's full, and then it tells you when it's at half, like this. There's like no in between. So it's half, full half, eighth of the tank, and then E, which is fine. I guess you don't need more than that, but it's just kind of, oh, I think I'm fine. I'm going for a ride today, which is what happened to me. And then you look down and you're at half a tank within, 10 miles, because it was actually basically at half of the tank, but it doesn't tell you because it doesn't have a normal gauge. Like my Harley has a normal gauge. Not saying it's like mega accurate or anything on the Harley either, but it doesn't go straight from full to half. So I mean, it's fine. It works fine. I'm complaining, but like my VMAX that I had didn't even have a gas gauge. It had a gas light, so you had to remember when you needed gas by zeroing out your trip odometer, and then every time you got around 100 miles, right, it's time to go get gas. So anyway, we'll give you a little shot of the bike here as we end the moto vlog. But thank you guys for watching again. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you're all doing well. I'll give you a quick walk around here and make sure this thing is still on. It is. We are recording. I had enough room on this today. There's the bike here. I'm going to do a separate walk around video. Interesting thing about this bike is it's got to be on to show you, but when you've got just the regular headlights on, not the brights, only one light is on, and you have to get both eyeballs on, you have to turn on your brights, which is strange, but that's okay. It's kind of cool. I like it. This needs a new front tire. We're going to be getting a new front tire for it pretty soon. Get a Pirelli Angel GT on the front to match the newer one on the back here. But once again, thank you guys for watching. And we will see you guys again next time for the walk around video on this. And I'm not sure what order I'm going to release these in, so we will find out. But we'll see you guys again next time, and I do appreciate you guys. Let me know if you have any questions about the bike. Go ahead and feel free to write comments, and I'll answer any questions that I can. And we'll go over all the features and everything that's been done to it in a walk around video. So thank you guys for watching. We will see you next time.